In this video, you will notice that the sights were off slightly with this thing. I found out why. There's an insert up here, a fiber optic insert right on this front post, and it was slid back about that far. As I fired it, it slid back. I didn't realize that, and you can't see that while you're shooting. So anyway, that's the reason. I'm Dan Galusha, and welcome to another edition of Shootin' Plink. Recently we showed you the new shooting Targets7 speed and greed target setup that they have. Well, we didn't shoot it then. I showed you how to assemble it and talked a little bit about it. Today we're going to fire at it for the first time. We're going to be using this right here. This is a Gamo Swarm gun. We're going to try that air gun. We're going to shoot these pellets right here. This is a Norma match pellet. We're going to give those a try. I don't know how well we're going to do. I have not shot this gun in a long time. And hopefully, I can't even remember how the sights were on it. It seemed like I might have been having some problems, but we're going to be finding out. And then later in another video, we will be using the rim fire to shoot at it. And we might even go with 50 yards, because I'm thinking about using my Henry Frontier long barrel with the Skinner scope on it. But like I said, that'll be another video. Right now, we're going to fire at this thing for the first time. See how it does as far as the ringing, because there's supposed to be a ringing because of the back plate that we have. And again, I'll tell you like we did last one, we are the first to have that back plate. Mark sent that, wanted me to try it out, and we're just going to see how it works. It's a safety measure. It's also an indication that you hit, because you're going to get a clang. Anyway, let's turn around here. I'll get you focused in on that target, and we'll do some shooting. I'm hoping you're going to hold right where I've got you there. I've told you several times that this camera is kind of gone bonkers. The zoom doesn't work well, and Canon's got a problem, and from what I understand, they know it. They're just not doing anything about it. So it's kind of a shame, because they're good cameras. Anyway, you can see the target down here, and we're going to take a shot at that top one first and see if we can hit that. Yep, must have, because it rang. So we got the top one. That one's the easy one. The others are going to be the toughies. Yeah, that hit the plate. Well, there is a difference in the sound, and that's what I wanted to see. A little low, I guess, on this thing. We're gonna have to adjust the gun. That time I got it. Got another one. Yep. Hit the target. Well, we can definitely tell a difference, and that's what I wanted to do. Tell a difference in the sound on it. Got that one. It's going to be doubtful if I get those small ones down there. My golly, got that one. Yeah, hit the target itself. So it's going to be harder to hit. Yeah. Boy, you can hear the smack when you hear that hit that, that's for sure. Oh, no more ammo. All right, here's the target, and as you might be able to see here, I can even get some splatter here off of this pellet, and it hit pretty good. And here's where the pellets were hitting. This one's the one evidently that I was shooting at right here, and I got both of them over here, so that shows me that the sights definitely are off on that gun. And that's what I'd said in the last video about this, the fact that I may use this for sight adjustment, if nothing else. Because you could repaint this, be able to see where your strikes were at, adjust your sights accordingly, and make a great target for that. I've got this one right over here. This definitely needs to be adjusted in different directions. I was shooting here. I did get this one, just barely, but I got it. Didn't get any of these. Even this one, I'm off a ways. So, and I'll take this. This is how you take the target off, by the way. These are clips that you've got. And as I said, we're going to be using rim fire on this too. But the thing that I noticed, and which you did too, is the sound that you were getting off of just hitting this, the smack of it. Actually, it was kind of good to have that. But when it did go through, you definitely knew you went through, because the clang, you could hear that. That was just absolutely perfect. It looks to me like I even hit. And I came close anyway. Splatter or something hit that one, that clip. And that's one thing I'm a little bit worried about on these, if you're off that far. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to unhook it, one of these, because this is how you can unhook it. Then we'll just turn this around and you can see the target back here. There it is, right there. Because it's bolted in here, and Mark did that, the gentleman that owns the company. And here's where you can see where you scored. So I would have scored a 1, whoopee, huh? 3, 5, 7, and a 12. And it looks like something hit here. I presume splatter, or maybe this swinging back and forth did. But anyway, that comes off. And as I said, he put the bolts right through that. So that's, I guess that's good. It really held it down. There was no doubt about that. But that's what these are for, is to hold that down. So we'll hook that back up. Like I said, it hooks up just like that. But I mean, what else are you going to say about it? It's pretty doggone good. It's nice to have, and as I said, if you were sighting in and you were able to hit that hole way down there, which you can see it better if I put the white behind it, you'd really have that gun sighted in. Well, anyway, that's what I wanted to test. What did it sound like because of that back plate? That was one of the reasons, as I've told you before, that it was put on there, is to ring like that, and it really does make a different ring. You can also tell with the sound when you miss, because there's a all-out smack. Now, that could very well vary depending on what gun you're using. I mean, I'm using I think it's like a 1200 FPS air gun here, so you know, that's got a pretty good smack to it. But anyway, everything was working just fine. It's just these sights need adjusted without a doubt, or maybe my eyes do, who knows. Anyway, we did pretty good. We did hit one of the smaller holes. I shot 10 rounds at it, got to see what it was like, and as I said, that would be kind of fun. That's pretty much a game that's on the back of that, with your numbers and all that sort of stuff, like they call it. Speed and greed, your time. One of the ways they use it, there's all sorts of ways you could do it, but they time you. They give you so much time in order to shoot that. Or you can go, in the case that I did, 10 rounds. You shoot 10 rounds, you've got, I think, 8 or 9 holes down there, something like that. And so you got an extra round for sure, and just see what you do. Another way that I've thought about doing is let the person shoot at whatever one they want and total up whatever they do. If they hit 5 times in the one, they get 5 points if they want to waste all their rounds like that on 1 point. Otherwise, they can go with some others and do them right there, so that after 10 rounds you have so many points, just depending on which one you're going to shoot at. The guy, of course, that shoots at the little bitty one and gets it, he's going to rack up 25 points on it. Anyway, that's some ideas of how you can use it. And as I said, I'm probably going to be using like it's either called canary yellow or marigold or something like that. Anyway, it's a cross between yellow and orange, and I'll be putting that on the back of there, because what I'm going to be using this for a lot is just target shooting and seeing how close it's coming to the bullseye, you know, and sighting it in. I'll use maybe one of those smaller holes to sight that in. If I want to get a group in the size of a dime, I'll use that dime size hole down here, and it'll be perfect for scopes, to adjust scopes. So that thing, but again, I got to mention though, it's not going to be for scopes for your higher calibers. This is strictly for air guns and rim fire up to 17 HMR. I definitely got to stress that. Don't be shooting 9mm on up with that sort of, or even 380, you know, stay down to that rim fire. I'm not even really sure about the 17 HMR, although the company says it will work. So company says it'll work, yeah, it should work then. But as I said, we're going to be shooting rim fire next at it and see how that works, and we're going to be using a scope, and I'm planning on firing at it from 25 and 50 yards and seeing how it works. And I may be using that golden paper behind it at that point. So until next time, shoot safe and have a great day of plinking.